If I could answer this question, question 12 together. The UK government takes many opportunities to raise concerns about human rights and the importance of implementing the Independent Commission recommendations to the Bahraini government. I paid a visit to Bahrain on the 11th of June and I had an opportunity to discuss these issues directly with Bahraini government representatives, with members of opposition parties and with those in civil society.
Frank Roy. Amnesty International's 2012 report states that Bahrain is a country where there has been excessive use of force and arrest, unfair trials, torture and deaths in custody. Whereas at the very same time, the FCO's Human Rights and Democracy report for this year doesn't even rate Bahrain as a country of concern. Why is that, Minister?
Well, in the report there is a case study on Bahrain, which looks at the circumstances there, and it's true that our process of reporting has tended to ensure that if there are difficulties during the course of the year, sometimes that they're not included. We're looking at how we compile the human rights reports on a quarterly basis now, which will give us more opportunity to include more information. But it is there as a cause of concern, but we do have regular conversation with all sides in Bahrain, which is a very complex picture.
Will the Minister encourage the Bahrain government to begin substantive negotiations with the opposition in Bahrain in order to make the government more representative, including eventually establishing a constitutional monarchy in that country?
Well, the truth is that there are elements on both sides of the divide in Bahrain who want to talk to each other, and elements on both sides of the divide who do not wish to talk to each other. I spoke to representatives of the major opposition party, and it's difficult to get them involved in negotiations because they have preconditions which they claim not to have, and the same can be said on some of the Sunni support side as well. So it's a complex picture. What the United Kingdom does is to encourage both sides to engage, and we're using opportunities such as our experience in Northern Ireland, for example, where reconciliation between two elements of society that were very bitterly divided through good political leadership and a lot of dialogue have been brought together. So there is much that we are delivering and can do.
Could I ask the Minister further to the point raised by the Right Honourable lady opposite? The government of Bahrain have been consistently of the view that the door is open for a meaningful dialogue with members of opposition parties who are of course recognised in Bahrain. And the government cannot have that dialogue on their own. There is a moral responsibility on the opposition to come to the table and engage in meaningful dialogue with the government to make progress.
My honourable friend is right. I mean, there is sometimes a picture portrayed of no opposition activity, of marches which are postponed or cancelled. Whereas in the run-up to the Grand Prix recently, Al-Wafaq, the main opposition party, had demonstrations which were authorised and able to take place. But for there to be a meaningful dialogue, as my honourable friend says, there must be two sides to it. And we would continue to urge both sides, including the opposition and the government, to engage in the dialogue, because the implementation of the recommendations of the Commission are just as important as the recommendations themselves.
Speaker, I welcome the setting up by the Bahraini government of the Ministry of Human Rights and Social Development. But what assessment does he make of progress that is being made? Are these reforms having a real effect now on the quality of human rights in Bahrain?
Well, there are developments that make a difference. Human rights training in security forces, a code of conduct for the police, efforts being made to prosecute members of security forces who may have been involved in offences last year, and a general recognition that the recommendations in the Independent Commission's report do need to be implemented. There are a series of reforms taking place, but more needs to be done, and my honourable friend is right to ensure that this is the case.
Cooper.